invite you to be a part of a continuing legacy in our nation's development, to carve your names in the political history of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to receive a political education from a true statesman, a man of courage, a man of integrity, a national icon. I invite you now, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome with a thunderous round of applause the political leader of the People's National Movement and Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Patrick Augustus Mervyn Manning.
Our Father who has given us his arms that we can all feel like we're a part of this earthly heaven. Forgive us this day our daily weakness as we seek to cast our mortal burdens on your city. I love you, Jana. Tu hi armaan ve. Tare vaste de denge jaan ve. Tare vaste dil hai qurban ve. Love you, Jana. Tu hi armaan ve. Love you, Jana. Tu hi armaan ve.
We building homes with bricks in schools. Paving road doing all that for you. Light on the highway, buses for so. Pasbury to go to Tobago. Come on everybody, this is PNM country. Because we love you, because we can PNM delivers year after year. Patrick, we stepping up with you. Aye. Patrick, we stepping up with you. On a higher level, up on top. Aye. Puna Puna, we stepping up. Barataria, we stepping up. In Giovanna, no stopping we now. In Princess Story.
Thank you very much. Ms. Laurel Lizama, one of our presenters this evening, Senator Laurel Lizama, a new bride, and I'd like to congratulate her very sincerely on entering the institution of marriage. Senator Joel Primus, our other presenter this evening, both my dear friends, products of the Youth League of the People's National Movement. Mr. Party Chairman, Conrad Enel, Deputy Political Leaders, Party General Secretary, my two colleagues with whom I'm very proud to share this platform this evening, Honorable Marlene MacDonald, our Minister of Community Development, Culture and Gender Affairs, and affectionately known by her colleagues as the Heavy Tea Bumper. Why, I don't know. And Dr. the Honorable Amory Brown, a representative for Diego Martin Central and Minister of Social Development, both of them appearing on a national platform for the first time and doing very well. I'd like to congratulate them very sincerely on what they've done. The very distinguished Minister of Local Government, whose work we'll be talking about tonight, Honorable Senator the Honorable Hazel Anne-Marie Kinsale Manning. Members of the Cabinet and Government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, PNM party faithful, including my own people from San Fernando East who are here in large numbers as usual, members of our radio and television audience, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, what a pleasure it is to return to the University of Woodford Square. Some years ago, Some years ago, an academic said to Eric Williams, "You don't have any university in Trinidad and Tobago." Eric Williams said, "We do." He said, "You don't." Eric Williams says, "We do have a university." The difference between him and I is our concept of a university. That was Eric Williams' point. He said a public square, an appreciative PNM Trinidad and Tobago audience, a cool breeze, a political leader and party leadership willing to articulate their position and to educate and inform their own people and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Those are the makings of the very successful University of Woodford Square. That was Eric Williams' point, my dear friends. This is where it all started, as the film said tonight, in 1955, when Eric Williams started to lecture all over the country, and here in University of Woodford Square, he dubbed it the university because it was the premier location for the education of the masses. The people who, by and large, at that time were uneducated, who didn't go to any secondary school. They didn't have the opportunity. Today it is very different. Hear Marlene MacDonald. Hear what Amy Brown had to say, my dear friends. It's very different. I come from a similar background. Most of us have that kind of history where we come from an arrangement, we come from a home that is in an underdeveloped part of the country, where all that was available to citizens of Trinidad and Tobago may not have been available to us, and therefore the PNM and Eric Williams stood out as a hope for the future, where even if we didn't have it, our children will live to enjoy a newer and brighter and better day. That's what the PNM was all about. So that from 250 scholarships in 1956, it is 17,000 children going free to secondary school this year. Don't underestimate it, my dear friends. Few countries in the world have been able to do that. You hear it? Gentleman now saying, at age 51, his wife has now graduated from free tertiary education with a first-class honors. And you know what that means? What it means, my dear friends, is that the government is going to fund her education to do a PhD in any part of the world. That's what it means. That's what it means. But there we go. There we go. My dear friends, the PNM is outstanding. Those who are opposed to us don't like to hear us talk this way. But ask any one of them. Ask the COP. Ask the UNC. Ask any one of them. What is your vision for Trinidad and Tobago? And they will make the same mistake that the NAR made. They have one vision, and one vision only, and that is to get rid of the PNM. And God forbid if they succeed. Not that they will, eh? Happened to us once before, that ain't happening to us again like that at all. It ain't happening again. See? But they win an election. They wouldn't know what to do. They wouldn't know where to start. You know why? Because they are consumed with one thing, focusing on the negatives of the country. There is no country in the world, my dear friends, where everything is positive. There isn't any. If you're looking for a country where everything is positive, I urge you to take an early train to heaven. That's the only place it is there. It's the only way. Once you live on this earth, once you are led by human beings, as we all are, there are going to be imperfections in the governance system. So it is. And therefore, people can always get up and say, you should have had this, but you don't have it. You should have had that, but you don't have it. They will never tell you, you didn't have this, but you don't have that. They wouldn't tell you that only 400 people went to secondary school free in 1956, 17,000 going in the year 2009. They wouldn't tell you that. It does not accord with their plan. They wouldn't tell you, my dear friends, that you now have free university education. They wouldn't tell you that, whereas you didn't have it before. What they will tell you is that the crime situation is out of hand. That's what they will tell you. My dear friends, I will be the first to say to you that the crime